There is this concept in filmmaking called auteurship, or the auteur theory. What being an auteur basically boils down into is the director is the sole, or at least main creative force on a film, and the directors usually used as examples of auteurs are that of, Tarantino, Hitchcock, directors with very recognisable aesthetics, styles and structures. However, there is a reason auteur theory is just that, a theory. And it's because auteur theory almost completely ignores the creative efforts of the whole creative team. Every other name in the credits apart from the director. Auteur theory focuses on the director's efforts on the film more so than anything else. Think of a piece of media, like an anime series, a manga, a game, or a film. Think of them as a child, and it takes a whole village to raise them. Yes, the parents may be the largest factor, but that doesn't discount the whole village's involvement in raising said child. You're probably wondering, when the hell is this guy going to talk about JJK? Well, if you can't gather where I'm going with this from the little intro and the title of this video, you really are a JJK fan with that level of comprehension. Auteurs don't solely exist in film, they exist in anime too, and in all pieces of media really. Anime directors like Satoshi Kon, Hayao Miyazaki, you can probably name them as a director, but no one else on the staff, as they are viewed as the sole creative driving force on the projects they are on. In games, you also have creators like Suda51 and Hideo Kojima too, people who have very specific visions for their projects. Now, finally, to tie this into JJK. Recently, there has been this big wave of fear for the future of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, as it has been all but confirmed, or maybe it has by this point, but as of right now it's just rumours, that Goshozono, the director of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, as well as what we've seen so far of Season 3, will be leaving Mappa Studios. Because of this, a huge wave of misinformation has spread. Just to stay out right now, as a recording of this video, it's still not confirmed. It is literally just rumours. People are blowing this way out of proportion. I'll be putting, tweets on screen and stuff just to show, yes, there is no official statement, it's all just rumours. We don't know if Gosso will be stepping down as director. Yet people have been acting like it's the end of the world, as if JJK Season 3, or at least Part 2 of it, because it is rumoured that he'd be leaving after Part 1, so, Sendai Colony. People are acting as if Part 2 of JJK is going to end up like One Punch Man Season 3, which is just, it's very disingenuous, because One Punch Man Season 3 had a reason to look so shoddy as it does, but there was a reason for it. I pose a question to you. Given the fact that Jujutsu Kaisen is kind of the crown jewel of Mappa at this moment in time, do you really think they would let someone, incompetent or the staff just fall off or anything like that? Do you really think they would just kind of give up and just throw whatever out for JJK Season 3 Part 2? No, I doubt it. But for the sake of this video, so there's actually something we can talk about, let's go with the assumption that, Gosso may be leaving. I still think people are blowing it out of proportion. Yes, Gosso cinema is a thing, right? Season 2 and Season 3 so far has a very particular vision that is, clearly Gosso's. But to say with a director change that Season 3 will be significantly worse off or it'll just be bad is completely stupid. The reason I brought up auteur theory for so long in the intro is that, yes, the director for most things, be it like any piece of media, with the exception of like maybe a book, since that's literally just one person working on it, for the most part, most projects in regard to the creative side of it aren't a single person endeavor, and especially, anime, TV shows, that sort of thing. You have writers, you have, especially in anime, you have God knows how many artists, storyboards, compositing, blah, blah, blah. Say that Gosso leaves, whilst the overall, style and bombastic flair that Season 2 had and Season 3 does have, just because that particular flair that is particular to Gosso will be missing, doesn't mean Season 3 will be bad. It's not going to be One Punch Man Season 3. One Punch Man Season 3 is such an incredibly low bar. It's not going to that. Just to kind of give you some more faith. If Gosso does leave. As of recording this video, the latest was the Higuruma versus Yuji fight, but the one prior to that was the Higuruma backstory stuff with a little bit of Reggie stuff in between. And for those who don't know, the Higuruma backstory episode was, Gosso had relatively very little to do with that episode. If you look through the credits, he doesn't really show up. And the key animation of the entire episode was done by a single dude. Don't know why. I guess dudes called Fujimoto are just built different. And even funnily enough, this dude, the key animator for the Higuruma background episode, also worked on the Reze movie. Yeah, dude's called Fujimoto, or just built different, I guess. But just going through the staff list for this particular episode, Goso's input was mainly just supervision and just kind of okaying things. The storyboard and episode director, different. All the key animation, one dude. The chief animation, it's all different. Putting everything on Goshozono's shoulders just discredits the entire team and people in the credits. I understand why people are kind of afraid of losing a part of Goso's vision, which is understandable, but don't worry. You think Mappa is just going to hand this off to some nobody? No, if Goshozono does leave, it will still be in very good hands, given the fact that I assume most of the staff would still be the same. One little quick side note, however, which I still think is very, very funny, is the fact that there's rumours going around that Goshozono is leaving Mappa to join Funimation, because I think he did some of the animation on one of the Minions movies, but it's probably not the case. But if just the concept of, Goso leaving JJK, even though seemingly being a huge fan, Gege himself gushes over the direction of Season 2 and Season 3 so much. Just for Goso to leave and do the Minions movies is quite funny to me. This isn't to discount Goso's vision either, okay? I absolutely adore Season 2 and Season 3 of JJK. The way the Zenin Clan Massacre was done was peak. I love the Naoya stuff. I adore all of it, be it in the execution stuff or in the massacre. I love the Kirara fight and how much extra stuff was added. The Higuruma fight, which just aired, and how it was creatively done and really used a part of his moveset that wasn't really explained, in the sense that he can teleport his gavel back to his hand, so he uses it like a Gatling gun. It's incredibly creative. And just the hidden inventory on a whole, with Goso's vision not being one-to-one with the manga for the most part, is great. And of course, Shibuya is all of it. It's peak with Goso's vision, but that doesn't mean if some other director were to take over with the same staff, more than likely, we won't also be getting peak. He isn't the only goated anime director out there. There's plenty of talented people in the field. As I said before, it's a rumor. Goso might not even be leaving. I feel like this is just something that's blown out of proportion way too much, and it's kind of spread fear, and even if it were true, you don't need to be afraid, okay? I know that sounds a bit hyperbolic, like, oh no, he's leaving, and we're gonna die. No, it's fine. JJK is Mappa's cash cow. Do you really think they're just gonna shit out whatever they feel like and just hope people watch it? No. JJK Season 3, no matter whether Goso is there or not, will be peak. It's as simple as that. The vision and, direction of each episode or the season overall will be different. Like, for example, if someone else were to have directed the start of Season 3, we wouldn't have gotten as many, horror aspects of the episode, I assume. With, Yuta stalking Yuji through the city. But there's still plenty of other directors who would do other really cool things with Gege's material. When in doubt, look at auteur theory, right? There is a reason I bring it up, and I bring it up again. For any anime, you will have storyboard artists, writers, script writers, chief of animation direction, more people besides just the be-all, end-all director. And your fear of Goso leaving, in turn, kind of discredits their work on previous stuff. You're assuming Goso did it all, when he probably friggin' didn't, okay? And not to discredit Goso either, the anime direction is great, but don't discredit the whole staff, okay? He's a bigger piece of the puzzle, but he's still, a singular piece. So don't have so much fear about Goso potentially leaving, yet again, rumoured. Just don't worry, the staff it's in good hands. Mappa wouldn't leave it in, someone they don't think would do a good job. Just to gush again over the Higuruma background episode, the music choice, the way it looks, how it just feels like it's not JJK for the most part. It feels like a buddy cop movie for the first 10 minutes of the episode until you're brought back to reality and it's back into JJK again. For that episode, Goso was just kind of a nodding head, just giving stuff the okay, but it was still peak, and I absolutely adored this episode. I think genuinely, out of the previous 2 episodes that come out, I think the hype was a fight, the Higuruma fight itself was a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, but I still love the background episode more, just because I liked how it adapted the source material so much, and it was absolutely peak. They're both phenomenal. Out of Season 3, the best episode so far is kind of, inarguably to me, the Zenin Clan Massacre, but so far they're still batting 1,000. Every episode's been a 10 out of 10 to me. Even the exposition stuff with Tengen is peak. It's great. Season 3 is going to be great with Goso, and it's still more than likely going to be great without him, if he is to even leave. Don't worry about it. Don't overthink it. JJK is going to be fine. With that being said, fellas, this was just another yap sesh as per usual, but doodles my doodles. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Also, if you go to my Patreon, I'll make 10 more videos about Kusakabe. Peace.